Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City. Daily FX market news.
October 22nd, 11 o'clock America, New York. Crude oil technical forecast. Breakout on the cards? An ascending triangle continues to form on the WTI chart. Could a breakout materialize in the near future?
New York Times Business.
October 22nd, 9:05 America, New York. An activist short seller gets his day in court. Nathan Anderson, who exposed evidence of fraud at Nikola, says he feels vindicated by its founder's conviction. Nathan Anderson is the founder of Hindenburg Research.
Global economy.
October 22nd, 6 o'clock America, New York. Companies offer perks to offset cost of living crisis. PwC latest to offer special payment of up to £1,500 to staff earning less than £50,000.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
October 22nd, 5:30 America, New York. Buying a home gets easier in a cooler market, for some. Higher mortgage rates mean fewer bidding wars, but they're also pricing out many would-be buyers.
Global economy.
October 22nd, 5 o'clock America, New York. China's climate goals need $14 trillion for power and transport, says World Bank. President Xi reinforces commitment to green energy despite severe pressures on economy.
New York Times Business.
October 22nd, 3 o'clock America, New York. Miles walked, miles driven. This year's college essays about money. Each year, we seek out college application essays about money, work, or social class. Here are 5 from writers who are now undergraduates.
New York Times Business.
October 22nd, 3 o'clock America, New York. Who gets the last word on Steve Jobs? He might. When Laurene Powell Jobs unveiled a website dedicated to the story of her late husband, historians wondered if it could change how influential people burnish their legacies. Steve Jobs spoke to the class of 2005 at Stanford.
BBC News Business.
October 22nd, 2:12 America, New York. Avanti West Coast Rail Services axed amid strike action. Only one Avanti service per hour will run from London to Manchester, Liverpool and Glasgow.
Daily FX market news.
October 22nd, 2 o'clock America, New York. BTC, USD price outlook. USD strength and rising yields hold Bitcoin back. In an environment where persistent inflation, hawkish central banks and economic uncertainty continue to drive sentiment, cryptocurrency and stocks remain vulnerable to geopolitical risks.
Marginal revolution.
October 22nd, 1:14 America, New York. Is it worthwhile to teach self-regulation? Children's self-regulation abilities are key predictors of educational success and other life outcomes such as income and health. However, self-regulation is not a school subject, and knowledge about how to generate lasting improvements in self-regulation and academic achievements with easily scalable, low-cost interventions is still limited.
Daily FX market news.
October 22nd, 0:45 America, New York. Volatility ahead with USD-JPY intervention, US GDP for S&P 500, ECB rate decision for EUR-USD. A listless week punctuated by an opportunistic and desperate intervention by the Bank of Japan will transition into a heavier bout of trading conditions ahead. Technical boundaries will strain against heavy event risk including US 3Q GDP, the ECB and BOJ rate decisions, FAANG earnings and much more.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
October 22nd, 0:00 America, New York. The war to define what work looks like. Pay, productivity, commuting. Rarely have bosses and workers been so at odds over so much.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
October 21st, 1852 America, New York. Cooperation on water use without higher prices. On September 8, Scott Sumner posted about how Californians cut electricity usage in response to a request from California's Office of Emergency Services. I commented that I thought this was wonderful.
BBC News Business.
October 21st, 1808 America, New York. Moody's, UK's economic outlook now, negative, ratings agency says. Political instability and high inflation in the country means it is less likely to pay back debts, the ratings agency says.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
October 21st, 1539 America, New York. Google in talks to invest $200 million into AI startup. Alphabet's Google is in talks to invest at least $200 million into artificial intelligence startup Cohere, in another sign of the escalating arms race among large technology companies in the sector.
Global economy.
October 21st, 1425 America, New York. Britons take dim view of political turmoil as cost of living soars. You can see the weight on people's shoulders and in their faces.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
October 21st. 1423 America, New York, The Policy Lag Puzzle. David Beckworth recently interviewed Tom Graff. Graff. The other thing I would just point out is that the first quarter GDP being negative was quite spurious. The final demand numbers, which basically takes out some of the trade impact, was quite positive.
Marginal revolution.
October 21st, 1318 America, New York, on the 5-year break-even rate, from the comments. The market for tips isn't deep enough for the market-implied break-even rates to be a reliable signal. Making a sizable bet on future inflation rates requires leverage, and there aren't exchange-traded tips futures to provide that leverage.
Marginal revolution.
October 21st, 1202 America, New York, Friday assorted links. 1. Why did wind power take so long? Part 3. 2. The importance of permitting reform for the environment. 3. Peter Singer, Straussian. 4. Redux of my 2016 post on what is neo-reaction.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
October 21st, 1110 America, New York, Guns and Butter. The first thing one learns from economics is what figured at the beginning of Paul Samuelson's famous college textbook. Society must choose between guns and butter.
BBC News Business. October 21st, 9:52 America, New York. Spain lifts final COVID rules for UK travellers. British holidaymakers will no longer have to provide COVID or vaccination status to get into Spain.